Good morning. It is Thursday morning, and don't mind I'm having an allergy attack, so don't mind the rash, which I didn't need to call attention to, but here I am anyway. Um, so last night I finished the baby owl bears that I have so far. I'm gonna have to do more. I have to do like I'm gonna say at least three more. I just have to try and get them done quicker than I did the last time. Like I was telling Matt, my partner, I was telling him that I would need to sell a certain amount, and so I have to have a certain amount of product. Um, I'm not sure. Like I have some really big ticket items, which are fine, but they're not likely going to sell. They're just more likely going to be eyepieces to catch people's attention. Um, yeah. So I really need to get that done, which I kind of don't really want to do much sewing first thing in the morning, but I think I might end up doing that anyway in order to try and get as much time in as possible. Especially considering today is the last day of my coming in late, which means for my day job, which means that I'm back to my regular schedule, which means I have one less hour to work on things, basically. So I have to make the most of today. Um, yeah. Again, things are going to be kind of boring when I'm just talking about what I'm doing because it's better to kind of show what I'm doing. I don't always get a chance to do that because I'm still trying to figure out how to like properly show the actual in progress. This one thing when I'm doing like drawing and stuff, because that's easier because then I have my setup for that. I don't have a working setup for me to try and show my sewing process, such as it is. That's the other thing. I I don't know that I'd want to show people my sewing process because I'm largely self-taught, so there's probably tons of like I've had some formal training in art, so I at least know general things like where there'll be issues and whatnot. But with sewing, completely self-taught, and therefore I have probably all types of bad habits, things that shouldn't be done. You don't know what you don't know, basically. And I would hate to have somebody take that as, oh, she's doing this thing and her products turn out okay, so therefore that's how you do it. It's not how I do. It's not how you're supposed to do it necessarily, but it's how I do it. So I don't know if I don't know. But showing me just sewing on a sewing machine could be fun. I don't know. If you like seeing my process, just feel free to give a comment below. I'm doing like a bunch, yeah, and I know my videos are really short right now. I'm hoping that once I have my initial inventory set for this year, I'll be able to just simply like refresh it as I need to, which will mean not as much sewing as this initial push when I'm trying to like, and even still, I think this year is going to be a lot of me pushing to try and like try different things to see what works best, and also be designing like I'm working off of someone else's pattern right now for the plushies, and I'm already seeing what I would like to do versus what's out there. So I kind of want to make and create things make and create my own patterns that I'll be able to use for creating things. And I have a bunch of pattern pieces already that I can kind of like I'm gonna take you know, a piece from this, piece from that, and just create something new. The magpie approach. But first I wanted to get, like, I'm trying out patterns to see what styles I like, and I think I'm starting to formulate in my mind's eye what sort of styles I would like for the plush art. And it's going to follow the same sort of style that my art follows, because right now the plushies I'm sewing don't really follow my art style. So I kind of want to have something a little more cohesive, a little bit more of the same. I may still, like, after I'm done the initial prototype launch, I may continue to sell stuff that I've made from someone else's pattern. And yes, it's an actual, it's a commercial, it's a license where you're allowed to sell the product that you make. I checked that before I started sewing these things. So these are allowed to be sold for commercial. You're just not allowed to sell the pattern itself. And that's from Choli Night. A lot of people have said that before, and there's a lot of other plush artists out there who use their patterns and sell them at markets and stuff. So I feel safe. Anyway, I am babbling on, and as you can tell, I'm like full of allergies, so I'm like rubbing my eyes every 2 seconds. I have a big rash on the side of my neck because I also have so I gotta go take some allergy medication, and then I have to get to work. So I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.